Hello, welcome back to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. My name is Emil. Listen, you want a game? We will give you a game. The team that the Durham Cathedral itself supports. What a privilege to have the actual church there. Taking a game to title chasing Liverpool. Amen to that. Here are your player ratings for Newcastle as we lost 3-2 to the Reds. Doesn't really feel like a loss, but we'll start with the man in goal, Dubravka. I think he had a decent game. There was the usual exposure to the 3 goals. I don't really think he was to blame. It seems to be the case with Dubravka. He let in 3, but was it his fault? I don't think so. We'll get onto the defending in a bit, but there were some standout moments for Dubravka. He was rushing at the balls. He made some good saves as well. There was one in particular from Mane after a bit of a defensive slip-up. And, I know there was obviously the clatter on Salah, and we hope that there's a speedy recovery there for Salah. We don't want to see anyone getting injured, especially with head injuries. But, he was out there to get the ball, and luckily didn't actually lead to Liverpool getting another goal. 8 for Dubravka, I think. Fair play to him. Manquillo, his confidence is growing week in, week out. He worked really well with Perez, I thought, and we saw a bit of a game from him. It's nice to see him getting a bit of form. If he can keep it up, who knows? He might solve a bit of a problem at the back for us there. Yeah, we've only got 1 game left, and we'll probably need someone in that position anyway to buy. But if that's what we've got at the minute, that's what we've got. It's certainly doing better than some of what Yedlin was doing. There was some slight panic early on from him, but there was a header that he missed where he should have shot, and that was the attack side of things. But certainly a lovely head down for Rondon before his goal. Really nice. 8 for Manquillo as well. Lascelles, sadly the weakest defender on the pitch. I know it's a bit hit and miss with Lascelles week in, week out, but he did do well with some early clearances to tidy up, I'll have to say, but he lost the ball to Robertson. It was dangerous. Maybe Dubravka was lacking a bit of communication with the pass that he did when he was towards the corner. But there was an unfortunate slip-up in front of Van Dijk, which is funny against Liverpool, of course. And he was beaten fairly easily by Origi. So 2 goals really leading to Lascelles making an issue of it. It's a shame. 6 for him. On to Shea, there was the usual hard tackles to stop them. Pretty good game. Some didn't clear too well, but I think that just goes down to Liverpool really pushing us. There was a cracking tackle on Mane at one point. He wasn't really watching for Salah's goal, but there was some good balls in the box as always. I like to see Shea doing a bit of the defence and the attack. I'll give him an 8 for this one. I think he was alright. Like I say, Lascelles was weaker than most of the rest of the defence. Muto came on the 91st minute, no real impact from him. So there you are. Dummets, I think he did alright. He closed in on Salah a few times early on. He did let Mane pass by him a little bit. There were some quick clearances, that no-nonsense kind of football that we like to see. But he did look a bit shaky early on. Again, though, I think that's Liverpool moving with speed. It did expose us at times for the not terrific defence, but fair play to him. I think he dealt with most of the other stuff. 7 for him. Richie, after that, he looked really up for it. He was over constantly on Salah, badgering of their players. He really wanted to get the ball off them. I think he ran in on Salah about 3 or 4 times straight over. Obviously everyone's talking about the non-tackle on Fabinho. It wasn't, but you know, these things sometimes just don't go against us. There was some great defensive work from Richie. I don't think he really led too many of the attacks this time. Yeah, he was using his pace down there, but I think really everyone always says Richie wasn't respecting his defensive duty. He was doing really well on that front this time. So we'll give him an 8 as well. Key, he's growing in form. Similar to recent weeks, he's getting better and better and better. Some really nice set plays. One of them led to Rondon's goal. I know it wasn't a direct ball to him, but you know, he's getting the balls into the box. He's doing it from open play as well. And these long shots that he keeps attempting, so one of them's bound to go in eventually, I'm sure. He did struggle a little bit with Liverpool's quality, their pace going forward. Again, though, I don't think that's down to Key. I think that's just because Liverpool really are so good. 7 for Key, on to Hayden. Out of the two centre midfielders, I think Hayden did the better job of actually trying to keep Liverpool out. Key was doing a lot more of the attacking stuff. Hayden was very much defensive. And he was awesome in the centre, I thought. He dealt with those early clearances. There was some balls lost, but you know, he made up for it with the slide tackles. I know one of them maybe went to Liverpool and possibly could have led to another goal, but some really lovely challenges. He did some nice little turns to find the attackers, certainly working well with Atsu going forward. 8 for Hayden. I think he had a stunning game as always. Atsu, who I've just mentioned, he had a top game. Really nice to see from him. And yeah, I know Atsu sometimes gets a lot of stick for not finishing, but he took that goal pretty well. And yeah, it would have been a disastrous miss if he hadn't have scored it. I know a lot of people would have said, how on earth have you not put that away? But he did, and he was sharp when he was in the box. He worked his way into the box a few times. I think he worked well with Rondon. It was kind of the thing that we saw from Atsu when he did have to cover earlier in the season, when he had that nice little bit of form. I think it was just before Christmas. But yeah, fair play to him. Decent game. 8 for Atsu. Perez, another player who looked really sharp. He was just on everything, and unlucky not to get a goal on this occasion. Hit the post, it rattled that crossbar, and I think Perez is now starting to build up some good relationships with the other players. He obviously worked well with Rondon anyway, but Manquillo, who I mentioned before, teaming up well with him. Atsu, it felt quite good from Perez, and a shame that he didn't get a goal, but yeah, quite a week from him. 8 for Perez, on to Rondon, bossed that game, didn't he? What a striker we found in him. I don't think the season would be the same without him, which goes to even more in his case to say let's get him signed up. He caused havoc for Liverpool's centre-backs. This is a title-chasing team, by the way. Rondon was running rings around them at times, and the ball just sticks to him. Sticks to his foot, sticks to his chest, sticks to his you-know-where. A bullet of a shot to score as well. What a turn, and he just fired it in, and you saw how much it meant to him to get that goal. So, really, really nice game from Rondon. He was, I think, the best player on the pitch for us. He found a lot of space. He won the aerial battles. All in all, great game. Give him a 9. Best player on there. This was a great way to bow out at home this season. Obviously, cracking work by War Flags to get that massive Tifo out before the game. I know it's causing a big problem for a lot of people. But yeah, it's the passion that we love to see. And there's no shame in that defeat, which is the nicest part. I know it was always going to be a tough game. Everyone was up for it, and I think half the stadium was absolutely rat-arsed. But, you know, our problems are easy to spot, and that could be fixed this summer. It's one game to go. We'll hopefully end on a high. Can I just say a special mention to the Transporter Bridge, sat in the Gallagher. You know, we had a lot of people from Yorkshire at the game, all of those Scousers who claimed that they were there to support Liverpool, but no, they support Newcastle. The rest of the country that supports Newcastle, Stonehenge that was up in level 7. Who else have we got a claim to? The Leaning Tower of Pisa was in there. The Colosseum, Statue of Liberty. She popped down into the East Stand. Absolutely mental. Good to see the Great Wall of China just outside, getting a photo in front of Sir Bobby Robson's statue. All of those great landmarks coming together because literally every building and every person who visits those buildings, everyone who's got a claim from those, supports Newcastle. I don't know if you knew this, but literally every single place in the Antarctica, they were there. Those people who work down there in the labs and stuff. David Attenborough supports Newcastle. The Pope, forgot to mention him. He supports Newcastle. Are we done yet? Anyway, right. We'll see you for the next game. Fulham away down in London. Oh, yeah, Big Ben. Forgot he was there as well. See you later.